The sun just got out of bed, my coffee is steaming, and it means it's time for the first cup of coffee. I'm Ron Higgins of NOLA.com and Times-Picayune. The first cup of coffee, the first thing that comes to my mind every morning about college sports. And today, Saturday, May 2nd, it's the third day of the NFL draft. We've gone through the first 3 rounds. The SEC has had 23 players taken. LSU just 2 players taken. Jalen Collins in the second round, defensive back by the Falcons. Sorry, Saints fans. And Danielle Hunter, defensive end in round 3 by the Vikings. And the fact that LSU has had just 2 players chosen, they actually figured to have 3, but of course we all live at the Leo Collins situation that's prevented him from being drafted so far, and maybe not at all. But the fact that they've had just 2 so far is a really good thing for the Tigers. At most, they'll probably have 5 drafted, maybe 6. But when you look at the last 2 years, which has been unbelievable, I mean, the last year they had 5 players drafted in the first 3 rounds, 9 overall. 2 years ago, it was 6 players in the first 3 rounds and 9 overall. 2 years ago, it was 8 defensive players. Last year, it was 7 offensive players drafted. And this threw LSU's roster totally out of balance. I mean, completely out of balance. And it showed up on the field. I mean, any LSU fan knows, 2 years ago, the defense struggled when LSU had it going great guns offensively 2 years ago with Zach Mettenberger and Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry and Jeremy Hill had that great offense. The defense wasn't very good. Last year, when all those guys were drafted, the defense was better, but the offense wasn't as good as it showed up. And so this has been a team the last 2 years that has been out of balance on both sides of the ball. But the fact that they're only going to have 5 or 6 players drafted, not a great imbalance, is a really good thing for these Tigers who are trying to get back in the SEC championship hunt, trying to get back in that national title race and getting that college football playoff, which has a second year this year, trying to get that balance back, and it looks like it. That's why I think that Les Miles, as much as he likes to see his guys go pro, doesn't mind a draft class that only has 5 or 6 people, because it means he has a bunch of guys coming back. They're all experienced, and there's balance on both sides of the ball. So LSU fans, embrace this NFL draft. Embrace the fact that not a lot of LSU guys are in it. It's a good thing for the Tigers. That's Ron Higgins, and that's the first cup of coffee. We'll see you tomorrow.